the new track prep here at Sydney Dragway.
Oh, okay. That's good. Looks like they're just doing a mop thing. May just be fuel, hey?
Well, if it's fuel, that's not a bad thing because most of it will evaporate on its own.
Yes, methanol.
All right, just waiting on the signal from the starter. We'll get Tommy fired back up. All right, to all of our viewers on the YouTube channel, we're about to switch over to our evening session of today's stream. All right, what can Tommy do? Unfortunately, he's had to sit there for a few moments.
Yes.
Those big tyres cooling down, but he's got an opportunity to swing a little bit harder here, John.
Yes.
Up on the boost. He'll bump in on the bump box. There he goes. Tree will count down.
Yep.
065 on the tree. Look at the car moving around. It had eyes for the centerline from the minute that he hit the throttle. Good driving job, though. I don't think he touched the centerline.
Nah.
Just throw that up on the replay here, and we can see the car had a different attitude on this run. It was carrying the front end.
Yeah,
spun the wheel a bit, and that's why it started to head towards the centre line.
Yeah.
But you can see how narrowly missed that 330 block. But good job from Tommy there. Still went 137 to the 60.
One straight away, didn't it?
Yes, it was pretty much on the hit. You can see the chatter marks there right in front of, or now behind the starter in the blue shirt. It spun the wheel, and that's what moved the car around. And, and it had, as I said, it had eyes for the centre line from there on.
But still takes a win on the solo. And
that's it for that round, I
dare say. Round 2 of Outlaws.
Oh, no, beg your pardon. Sorry, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie's there. Okay.
Still down.
Sorry, Jamie.
Tower.
Okay, they fire up that Hemi-powered T-bucket of Jamie Robertson. Jamie on a solo run. Jamie's dialed a 6.90. Hugs the centre line and runs a 6.98. 110 in the 60 and 445 to the 8th.
160 at half track.
Coupled with a 024 red light. Doesn't matter on a solo.
Oh, I think he crossed the centre line there.
At the finish line?
No, just after 1,000. If you,
okay.
I think if he didn't, it was very, very close. It's not my call.
Again, doesn't matter on a solo.
Really no consequence in a solo.
Yep.
But certainly had to steer it, which is what you would.
What Altereds do. He got it off there and it just had a move right there. Probably explain 179 mile an hour. Would have lifted. Okay, so this is first round Chicago shootout of Hot Rod. Or second round, is it?
Sorry, no, this would be, I think, the first round.
Chicago shootout.
Of Hot Rod, yes, because they ran the
nitro stuff
first. Correct.
Sounds like a flathead down there idling. I don't think it is, but
it's definitely what it sounds like, though.
From up here, it does. We have Paul Wild in the 32 Roadster with a 302 Clevo. From Appen has dialed at 12.97 in the airflow lane. And in the rocket lane, we have Steve Dawson in a 39 Ford pickup with a 350 Chev has dialed 11.30.
Oh, nice light from the
Decent light for Paul and a red one for Stephen, which hands Paul Wild the win. Gives him a chance to run it out and check the dial. Yeah, ran a fair bit off. All right, a matchup between the Fewings family. Noah Fewings in the airflow lane and Troy Fewings in the rocket lane. Noah Fewings has dialed a 15.0 and Troy a 13.40.
You could say there's a few of them here today.
Yes, I think, yeah, good on you. I think there's 3 of them.
That's what I mean, there's a few. It's not a pair.
Yeah, good one, Steve.
Yeah. Ka-ching. All right, so the wheelie's away. And I think
Noah didn't leave.
No, something wrong with Noah.
Not often a 952 light's going to win you around. And it doesn't because he broke out.
Well, yes.
Oh, no, he did win, sorry. Late win light.
13.45 with the 3, 97 miles an hour. You get to see that Willie's wagon back once again.
Yeah, cool looking car, hey?
It is. It'd probably be the only one in the country.
Yeah, okay.
If not, it'd be one of only a few.
Yes.
All right, now we have...
Just waiting for the board to reboot.
Lots of Boscovich down there in the airflow lane. Young Charlie.
Dialed a 14.8 and Dylan Evers has dialed a 13.6 in the A model. Oh. Flathead versus Windsor.
Well, that might have been the flathead that we were hearing.
Yeah, it might have been. Oh, triple A light for Dylan Evers.
Yeah, wow, that's the second of the day.
Yes.
Boscovich in 066 went after it.
Yep.
1496 with a 0 on a 1480.
Yeah, Dylan's car ran a bit off.
Good job to Charlie. Next up, we've got Ben Cooley in the 34 Ford Tudor, 347 Windsor, dialed in with a 12.55, taking on Scott Davis. In the 31 Ford Vicky, 351 Cleveland on board for him.
Yeah, Windsor in the left lane, Clevo in the right lane.
Davis with the better light. I think it'll come down to who is closest to the dial in. Here comes the 34. And the 34 gets it by a bit over a tenth of a second.
Yeah, the Vicky ran a bit off the number. 2/10. Okay, that's the end of Chicago Shootout round number 1 for Hot Rod, which moves us into a middle eliminator.
Exactly
round
right.
number 2.
Exactly right, John, because these two down here, although they're fast cars, they're certainly not hot rods in the definition that we need them to be today. But they are very cool cars. We've got Michael in the Aeroflow lane. From
the LS powered VC Commodore has dialed 9.65, and Brett McNiff in the Rocket lane has dialed 9.00.
I wonder how long it'll be before Jeff gets the keys. Or how many times he's asked.
I'm sure Jeffrey's asked.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure he finished in juniors last night. I think they said that was his last meeting with it.
Ah, was it?
Yep.
Now, I know that they're putting together a HB Tirana, which is...
yeah, I don't know how far down the road that is, but yeah.
It's not a Valiant.
Yeah.
Chrysler, I just don't get it.
It's got a Valiant motor, I think. I think it's got a slant in it or something. I'm really wrong. It's probably got a Chev in it. Waiting on Brett to come in. Spent some time on the limiter, Michael, which counts for that very bad light.
Something not right there on that car, I think.
Brett rolls off. Yeah, something's not right.
974 with a 5, 93 miles an hour. Michael doing the right thing, pulling over to the side of the track.
Yeah, spent a fair bit of time on a two-step, didn't it? And we'll take the first gate.
Cars below us is not sounding particularly happy either, John.
Yeah, it's sounding a little loaded up, isn't it? So we have John Marrick in the Airflow lane. In the Holden Commodore with the LS on board has dialed 10.00, and Bill Hatsey in the HQ has dialed 10.08, so only 800ths difference in the start line. John will be doing the chasing.
Nothing in the start line here. Only 800ths of a second. We're not even going to see that. We only just see that on the tree.
John with the good start line advantage. If he can carry it to the other end.
Oh, out in front by a mile.
Oh, 10.01 on a 10.0. Very nice win. John Marrick into the next round. Of course, middle eliminator is eliminations. You lose, you go home. Okay, Joseph Field in the 79. Got dyslexic there with my numbers. Telstar's dialed a 9.00, and Tony Di Maria has dialed 10.18. In XY in the Rocket lane.
I never realised that Telstars were that early. Like, if you said to me, when's a Telstar, I would say mid-80s.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Nice leave. 026 on the tree for Di Maria.
Jason with it all to do. Ah, nice. 10.20, coupled with a 26 light. fairly tidy package. All right, Dylan Goldfinch from Thornby in the XY Ute has dialed 9.97, and Gary Durrington from Hobartville, the front engine dragster with the red motor, has dialed 9.95. So only 200s on the number in this races too, Steve.
Yeah, so interesting, two very different ways to go racing.
Yes, about as different as you can get.
Yeah, one very light, one fairly heavy, a lot more cubes in the heavy car. Drags are probably a little bit more responsive. Oh, nothing in the line.
Close in the tree too.
8,000.
Out thousands. Yep. Whoever can run the number.
The Ute looks out in front.
And it's the Ute. 4 9s in a row.
Yeah, wow.
Don't see that very often.
Yeah, Durrington just running away there off the dial in.
Nice win. Gary run a little bit off there. Okay, now we have Nathan Cowie in the Suzuki Mighty Boy, has dialed 9.00, and Mark Ind in the 48 Ford Anglia has dialed 9.71. Mighty Boy versus Anglia.
Yeah, neither.
Two little Utes.
Neither massive have big carrying capacity.
Yeah.
But they've both got a fair amount of horsepower under the right foot. Oh, the Anglia goes 84.
84 red. And Nath will run it through for the win. 9.03 on a 9.0. That's good. Shabby on the start line, but win's a win. Steve Ryman in this pretty 67 Chevy Stingray has dialed a 10.3 or 10.43, excuse me. And Naomi Dyson has dialed a 9.04 in the Rocket Lane. And Naomi's got a 2.5-ish weight.
Ryman in ready to go. Dyson now in ready to go. Nice light. Very close.
Very close in the tree. Just about even on the reaction times.
Only 4,000.
Take the finish line.
It will be. No, Dyson got there first, John, but went too quick by a
100th
of a second even. Yep. Handing the win back to Ryman, who went a 10.47 with a 3 on a 10.43.
All right, Steve Arnold in this very quick nitrous-powered E.H. Holden did a big wheelie before.
He did, yes.
And Sammy Joe Johnson in the LS-powered VH Commodore. Sammy's dialed 9.68, and Steve 9.68 as well, so even on the start line.
Yeah, heads up.
Heads up, yes.
Now could be wheels up too, let's see.
Yes. No, he's calmed it down a little bit, Steve. Sammy with the start line advantage.
Yeah, Johnson gets there first.
Steve goes too fast.
Trying to make up that 10th on the start line.
Yep. 69 on a 68 for Sammy Joe.
Next up we've got Jonathan Damascus. Jonathan Damascus in the aeroflow lane, dialed in with a 960. He's on board the Cortina. Arfaxiak in the RX2, a 945. So the Mazda giving the head start to the Cortina here.
Yes.
434 cubes versus 79 for the Mazda. Technically 1,300 cc's.
Yes. Ridiculous the power a rotary motor makes.
Nice wheels up launch from both cars. Axiac with the advantage here. The Cortina over to the center line. A lot of smoke out of the Cortina.
And still takes the win.
Gets there first by 600ths across the finish line.
Yeah, Alf ran a couple of tenths off.
Not looking good for the Cortina. There was still smoke coming from it.
No stuff. Right, back with round 2 of middle eliminator.
Dave Hutchins down there in the Ford T-bucket.
Just waiting for a...
He's on a solo, I think, John, isn't it?
There's no number on the dial-in board, though. Oh, there we are. 399 red. Runs through for 1097. Okay, just waiting for the numbers on the board to come up. There we go, Charlie Attard with 8.87 and Craig Davies with 8.28.
Unfortunately.
Charlie, yeah, had a move then. Got a little impatient, bought on the reds. Craig one's through for a 8300 on an 828.
Our next pair going through their burnout procedure.
Caroline Hayes has dialed 8.54 and Kelsey Lay has dialed 8.20. Pretty sure Kelsey's only raced girls all day.
It certainly feels that way.
It does, doesn't it?
The Tirana, not much of a burnout there, John.
Maybe by design.
Perhaps, but you'd think that small block Chevy would be making more than enough horsepower to spin the wheel.
Yes.
854 the dial in. The altered in the rocket lane, 820 will do the chasing.
Little purge from Caroline. Caroline with a small start line advantage.
Tirana out in front.
Breaks out.
At the finish line, but went too fast. 824 with a 0, 155. Now we are into second round of top eliminator. Brett O'Connor in the airflow lane has dialed 7.26 and Jason Mikulev has dialed 8.29. .41 red for Jason. 200 green for Brett for the win. Runs a 26 on a 26. 3 over the number. Another all-forward battle about to unfold. We've got Josh Boscovich in the airflow lane, dialed in with an 8-2-0. In that Falcon XA Coupe, taking on Adam James in the Ford Cortina. James will be chased with an 875 dial in.
Adam's car was a little messy that last pass around 1,000 foot.
A little bit of a purge there for Boscovich. Short little dry hop. Coming up to the staging beam. He will chase the Cortina by 0.55 of a second.
Big start line advantage to Adam. And takes the win. 890 on an 875. Josh wastes an 821 on an 820 with a not so flash light.
I think you'll be disappointed with that.
He will be disappointed in that. But you get them occasionally.
Justin Roylance and Dave Matosevich down there in the start line.
Dave with a 1051 on the window and Justin with a 1066 on the window. Throws it away with an 014 red does David. 033 on the tree for Justin. Wasn't shabby, was good.
Been a long time since I've seen...
and runs through for a 67 on a 66. Yeah, you don't see Dave go red very often, do you?
No. Next up, we've got Chris Simpson.
Has dialed 11.60 in this 56 Chev. And Mark Elborn has dialed 11.45 in the HQ Ute. 308 aboard the Ute and the big block Chevy aboard Chris's car.
Simpson with the reaction time advantage here. 900's up his sleeve.
And goes under.
Oh, still goes under. I think he was on the brakes too.
And Mark goes 45 on a 45.
Yeah, with a 2. 2 thou over the
2 thou off perfect. Makes up for that 242 light on the start line.
I think even though he got the win, he'll be disappointed with that reaction time.
Yes. But you take your lucky rounds when you can get them. Better to be lucky than good. Bruce Ritchie in the airflow lane has dialed 10.61 and Rodney Grimer has dialed 10.90. Having a good day, Rodney. Start line advantage goes to Bruce Ritchie by 300s.
He's going to need that. Spun the wheel a little bit on the hit, I think, but a 10.87 with a 1 to take the win.
Puts him into the next round. Craig Warren's, excuse me, Craig Warren's dialed 10.55 and the Chevy truck throws it away with a red light. Craig takes the win into round 3. Goes 10.56 on a 10.55. Kelly on the solo. This is actually Peter Kelly. We had the wrong car on the screen. Peter Kelly on a solo run. Goes through for a 10.97 on a 10.90.
Richard Matosevic down there in the airflow lane. Just been advised that the cafeteria down in the pits will close at 8 p.m. So if you're still at the venue feeling a bit peckish, you've got around about an hour and 20 minutes that the cafeteria will close at 8 p.m.
Katie and her crew hard at work down there. Sampled the chicken wings last night. They were excellent.
Richard dialed in with a 10.58. And runs a 10.62 at 125.
I think that concludes round 2 of Top Gas.
And looks like we have a street coming under the tunnel now. Yeah. All right, John, and a first pair of this round of street moving up to the burnout pad. We have Chris Stevens from Murray Bateman in the FC Holden, dialed in with a 15 flat, taking on Carmelo Di Maria in the EJ Sedan.
Nice early Holden matchup. Red motors on both sides. Di Maria with the start line advantage. Chris Stevens chasing him down. And Di Maria takes the win. 16.19 on a 15.85. Christian Grimer.
EK utility down there, Holden 186 power, dialed in with a 1438. Kale Fewings.
In the FX. 283 on board. 13.6 on the window.
283, what's that? Was that a
283 Chev, yeah.
Yeah, it's out of a Corvette.
Yeah, they did come, yeah. Yep. 283s, 307s, 327s.
Well, Christian Grimer claims the win there, John. He'll move into the next round.
Joe Mayday gets the gift solo. Joe dialed a 13.00. Oh, 70 light for Joe. Joe's been in the O's all day.
Yes. Always been sharp on the tree.
Very sharp. Goes all right for a photographer. And runs a 13.15 on a 13.0, which concludes round 2 of straight. Which will bring us into our Chicago shootout brackets again. So second round of Retro Raiders. Dave Andreessen, after showing off with that 000, is dialed 15.10, and Peter Bajonga from Colleton is dialed 11.00. So Pete with the 4-second chase. Commodore in the right lane, ED Falcon in the left lane. Oh, it's hardy there, Dave, after that 000. Pete with about a 10th start line advantage.
A bit of fume coming out of the Commodore.
Yep. Gets the job done though. 11.21. Dave's 4.95 light didn't help. 15.19 on 15.1. All right, Paul Davies in this XD Falcon with a Clevo is dialed 13.58. And Stephen Kostrubik is dialed 11.60. Apologies if I messed your name up, Stephen. $146 light for Paul, $250 light for Stephen.
Falcon, good 10th up its sleeve here. Let's see if it can convert to a win, and it does. Gets there first. 65
on a 58, and for good measure, Stephen breaks out by 3 thou.
Big speed there, 134.
Yeah, is that right?
It's like a low 10, high 9 speed.
Yeah.
There.
Just waiting for our last car. Jack Matasevic, dialed 11.30 in this Clevo powered XD Falcon on the solo. Gets away with a 009 light. It runs a 10.306. Now there's a package right there.
Yes, so
15th hour.
Yes, 15th hour.
Yep, very nice.
That'll win you 99.9% of dial your own races.
Absolutely.
Right, moving into classic bike now for their next round.
These guys running under the Chicago shootout format as well. Mark Akers in the Aeroflow lane has dialed 11.00, and Scott Marshall 1 second after with a 12.00. 4.17 light for Scott and a 7.2 free light for Mark.
Mark's out in front though, John. And runs on through for an 11.27 with a 4. So something going amiss with Marshall's machine.
Yeah, I think so. Ran well off, didn't it? Ross Vanderhoek on the solo. Has dialed 13.15, just up the road from St Mary's is Mark. Oh, Ross.
And runs on through the finish line, 13.23 with a 2 on a 13.15 dial in. 100 miles an hour. See our vintage gas cars in the staging lanes. The paintwork on that Willys coupe looks daylight down there in the under the lights. All the metal flake in it. Wonder how much that paint weighs in comparison to a non-metallic colour.
Just waiting on Cheryl Beddoes. Cheryl goes through for 9.20. Which concludes second round of CSO in vintage bike. Which will bring us into vintage gas, I believe. Matthew Moore in Airflow Lane has dialed 13.75 and Damien Kemp 10.90. Unfortunately, a 0.34 red light for Matthew Moore. Damien Kemp will roll her on through for the win.
Not a bad run from him, John. 11.001 with an 8.
Yes.
On a 10.90.
All right, John Kerr, 64 Mercury Comet. The left lane is dialed 10.93, and Alan Stevenson in the HB Tirana has dialed 10.60. Johnny throws it away with a 001 red.
Yeah, wow.
Having a crack. And Alan getting real close to the wall there.
Takes the win, a 10.82 with a 7 on a 10.60. 125 miles an hour.
Big burnout from Benjamin Love. He's been doing them all day.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you? Yeah.
Blown 400 Mopar.
Yep.
In a gasser. That's.
And it goes fast, goes 9.0s.
Yeah, that's mandatory.
It's the quickest car in the bracket.
It's mandatory, John.
Yes.
I'd be doing it too.
100%. So Benjamin dialed 9.07, and Andrew in the FE Holden with the small block Chev on board has dialed 12.10. Good 0.41 light for Andrew. And not so good 2.52 light for Benjamin Love.
Here comes the Valiant at the finish line though. Big closing
takes
speed.
the win.
That goes 9.10.
The FE ran a fair bit off the number, handing the win to Benjamin Love. Okay, Malcolm Phillips in the left lane has dialed 10.79, and Casey Johnson, the 67 Falcon, has dialed 12.35.
You seen the name on this car?
On which car?
On the Valiant.
No, I didn't.
It's Malfunction.
Ah, nice.
It's cool.
Yeah, and his name's Malcolm. Yep. Nice. I think Casey's car's called X-Rated. I'm not 100% sure. We should have wrote their names down, shouldn't we? And 10.79 for Malfunction and 12.35 for X-Rated. .52 light for Casey, 0.82 light for Malcolm. This will be a fairly close race at the finish line.
You're not wrong, John.
Went under by 6 thou, did Malcolm. Handing the win back to Casey Johnson. Next we have Harvey Caddy in this 62 Ford Tudor from Bor Bor. Where's Bor Bor, Steve?
Do you want me to Google it?
If you could, I'd be fascinated to know where that is.
I'm on it.
Really cool looking Falcon. Small block Ford powered has dialed 12.50 and Philip Moore has dialed 13.65.
Oh no, it's northwest of Goulburn.
Oh really? Okay, not where I would have picked it. Unfortunately, Phil's car getting backed out, so Harvey will get the solo. 8:39 light would have been hard to beat regardless. Runs a 13.1 on a 1250. Fair bit off the number. Okay, Steve Carroll, in the 253 powered FE Holden has dialed 17.60, and Kevin Landreeb in Doris the Morris has dialed 13.89. Red motor in Kevin's car. Just doing a bit of a clean up in the rocket lane. Okay, let's race. .106 light. Carroll and Doris with a very bad 399 red. Hands the win to Steve Carroll. Steve breaks out with a 16.9, but it doesn't matter. With oh yeah, the red on in the other lane. A big move there, didn't it?
Dale roughly getting an eyeful of the concrete wall there.
Yeah, the shape there coming out of the water. Dale's dialed a 12.60 and Simon has dialed a 10.50. Simon had a little bit of a problem in the last round.
This is a battle of the injector stacks.
Yeah, love them. Looks so good sticking out the bonnet. .304 light for Dale and a 128 light for Simon. He has a problem again. Unless Dale breaks out, he should get this. Oh, goes 12.607.
Oh, wow.
Skirting with it there.
He didn't give himself much.
No, there was no room left there.
All right, got a replay of the Holden leaving the start line. Just launched up and then stopped.
Yeah, something's cooking there.
Similar to what happened in the last round.
Yeah. I think that's it for round 2 shootout for Vintage Gas. This is round 3 of Hot Rod, Stephen. I think. Troy Fewings in the 47 Woolies wagon has dialed 13.30 and Paul Wild in the 32 Rhodes has dialed 13.0. .484 light for Troy and a 286 light for Paul. And Troy takes the win in the Willys wagon.
Yep, 200ths of a second, the margin across the finish line. Next up, we've got a very nice 34 Tudor sitting down in the airflow lane.
Ben Cooley from Razorback has dialed 12.50 and Noah Fewings style 15.00. Says on our screen Noah's car's a roadster, but clearly it's not. Ah, red light from Ben Cooley. 009 red.
Yeah, he went after it.
Yes.
In 1-3 with a 7 for the win.
We're in round 3 of Hot Rod.
And that is Steve Dawson down there in the pickup, taking on young Charlie Boscovich.
14.9. 0 for Charlie and a 11.30. Flathead powered hamster. Adam asked me before what a hamster was. It was a little hard to explain.
Technically, it's a small little furry thing, but
yeah,
we call it something different here at Sydney Dragway.
You're not thinking gerbil, are you?
No, a hamster.
Oh, hamster, okay, yeah.
Dawson out in front, takes the win. 11.40 with a 6.
Fortunately, Charlie's car ran nearly a second off the number.
Yeah, something went awry there, I think. What he needs to do is to borrow Josh's nitrous kit.
Yes, might have run out of bottle.
And maybe the Jericho at the same, the Linko at the same time.
Yeah.
I wonder if the flat-ended rev hard enough.
Scott Davies in this 31 Ford Vicky gets a chance to test his dial in on the solo. It's 14.16 on a 13.99. That concludes third round of Hot Rod. What's next, Steve?
According to the schedule, John, we have a middle eliminator for cars between 9 and 11 seconds.
A couple down there in the staging lanes. So it should be round 3 of middle, shouldn't it?
Yes, yep. Elimination 3 of middle eliminator.
Yep. Getting closer to the pointy end.
We've got top eliminator, top gas, and a street. Then we're going to go into our third and final Chicago shootout race for Supercharged Outlaws and the Nitro exhibition. All right, moving into Top Gas. To believe this will be a rerun of sorts. We have Richard Matosevic taking on James Werb. The Ford utility down there dialed in with a 1061. Taking on the Mitsubishi with the LS2 on board. Dialed in with a 1135. Matosevic with an 096 light has the advantage heading towards the finish line. And gets there with a 10, a 74 with a 0 at only 107 miles an hour. Mitsubishi running around 0.3 of a second off. And gave away nearly a 10th on the start line.
Round 3 of middle eliminator now, Stephen.
Yes, and it looks like we have Jonathan Danaskis in the Ford Cortina, dialed in with a 965.
Against Sammy Joe Johnson, dialed in with a 966. 100th difference in the dial-ins. Will be a nice close race.
Cars in a full stage, the tree counts down, nice, builds up launch from the Cordy.
Ooh, close on the tree too, 78 for Jonathan, 83 for Sammy Joe.
I don't think Sammy Joe's going to catch that Cortina. She didn't, but the Cordy went too fast. Yeah. Again, a lot of smoke out of the finish line for the Cortina. That's the second time it's done that. Our next pair, we'll see unfortunately the red lights started to flash down on the tree there, John.
Yes, something's amiss.
All right, Tony Di Maria down there in the Falcon, dialed in with the 10.15, taking on Dylan Goldfinch in the XY utility, dialed in with a 9.97. Di Maria with the red light. Falcon, 135 light, will take the win. Goes 10.07 with a 3, 122 miles an hour. Our next pair, John Murrick in the VL Commodore, dialed in with a 10 flat, taking on a Brett McNiff.
Dialed in with a 9 flat. Nice, neat 1 second handicap.
.075 on the tree for McNiff.
184 for John.
Round numbers a 10th up his sleeve for the Valiant, takes the win by a 10th. 9.02 with a 2, 135 miles an hour. Next up, we're going to see Nathan Cowie in the Suzuki Mighty Boy, dialed in with a 9 flat.
Against Stephen Ryman, dialed in with a 10.43. It's a pretty bright light on the back of Nathan's car.
Yeah.
Oh, 009 light for Stephen Ryman. 149 light for Nathan. And Ryman takes the win. Nathan ran nearly 3/10 off the number.
to our top eliminator class now. The next round of eliminations, we have Adam James down there in the Ford Cortina, dialed in with an 885. He's taking on Kelsey Lay in the altered.
Was this third round, Steve?
According to the schedule, yes.
Yes, okay. Adam dialed in with an 8.85 and Kels with 8.20.
Just waiting on the Cortina to bump in.
059 light to a 052 light.
And it will be the altered to take the win by 0.03 of a second on the finish line. 8.28 with a 7 on an 8.20.
Can't be a whole lot of cars left in a middle eliminator, or top eliminator, I should say. Kind of crew disputing the number on the board. Good pickup.
Changed to a 7.45, the dial in for Brett O'Connor.
8.29 for Craig CJ Davies.
So the big Chevy Camaro will do the chasing here.
This is maybe semis for them, Steve.
Well, yeah, we've had one pair already.
Yeah. There's no more left down there, except this pair, so for a spot into the final, if our calculations are correct. Kelsey already into the final. No one's too keen to bring the pre-stage on. There we go, Craig puts his on. Again, no one's keen. Who's got the biggest radiator? Billy just give him the put him in signal.
So is it lucky I'm not the starter down there?
Yeah,
John?
Billy may run out of patience. And no one wants the stage. Oh, Craig goes in. Oh, 95 light for CJ. 119 light for Brett. You can see the flames go out on Brett's car. And Craig takes the win. Into the final. So it'll be Dragster versus Altered final. Mark Elborn has dialed 11.44 in the Holden HQ Ute, and Justin Roylance has dialed 10.66 in the Holden HQ Ute. Holden power on the left-hand side, Chevy power on the right-hand side. Ah, 056 red for Mark. 061 green for Justin. Craig Warren in the LJ Tirana has dialed 10.55, and Pete Kelly in the HQ has dialed 10.95. Pete Kelly throws it away with a 063 red. Puts Craig Warren into the next round. Richard Matosevic, the Falcon Ute, has dialed 10.60, and Bruce Ritchie has dialed 10.61. 100th different in a dial-in. .062 light for Richard, 074 light. This will be a super tight race at the finish line. At 63 against a 1069. 500ths win margin.
All right, John, it looks like we're about to get into a little bit of track prep. We can see our supercharged Outlaw cars sitting in the staging lanes, along with some of our other competitors. So we're getting closer to the pointy end of tonight's proceedings. And we're just going to do a little bit of track prep before the supercharged Outlaw cars head into their final rounds of racing. So we'll just throw to a couple of words from some of our sponsorship partners here at Sydney Dragway. And John and I will be back with you very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
You can spot them from a mile away. The ones who run Mickeys. They don't blend in. They don't back down. They build bigger. They drive harder. They win. Mickey Thompson isn't for everyone. It's for those who refuse to follow and choose to lead. Running Mickeys means something. It means you're part of a movement. Builders, racers, rebels. People who defy limits. Who set trends, not follow them. Who don't ask for permission. You want grip? You want guts? You want glory? Then you want Mickeys. Because if you're not running Mickeys, you're missing out on the most iconic name in tires and wheels. Born from American ingenuity, still American owned. Built for those who blaze their own trail. Mickey Thompson, for the bold, for the winners, for the ones who forge their own legacy.
Hi, I'm Anthony Matuk, and this is MR Engineering.
Designing and building a drag strip is extremely challenging. The lives of people are at stake. There is no room for error. My name is Frank Tarabay. I'm the owner and managing director of Every Trade Group.
Heavy Duty magazine is the proud sponsor of Sydney Dragway Street Bike. Editor Mick Withers is a long-time racer and supporter of this entry-level bracket. Heavy Duty is Australia's #1 Harley-Davidson magazine, with road tests of new Harleys, features on wild customs and tech articles from riders with grease under their fingernails. Heavy Duty is also proud to sponsor modified bike champion Sean Ricketts, upcoming junior drag bike racer Anastasia Lucky, and modified bike racer Peter Bartlett. Grab your copy of Heavy Duty magazine from heavyduty.com.au.
This incredible drive to succeed. I've just got this ambition, I want to get on the podium. I think there's a lot of people that have an older mentality and don't think women belong in motorsport, and that's one thing I'd like to prove a lot of people wrong. It's you in the car and it's your ambition and your drive to win. As soon as that helmet goes on, that's it. I'm Brooke Newson. I'm a sprint car and outlaw car driver.
X-Pro Ignition by Aeroflow Performance. A complete range of high-performance spark plug leads, ignition coils, control boxes, distributors and supporting components. Engineered for stronger spark, sharper throttle response and total ignition control. From street builds to serious race applications, X-Pro delivers the spark your engine demands, with reliability you can trust. Don't leave power on the table. Upgrade to X-Pro Ignition from Aeroflow Performance. See the full range now at aeroflowperformance.com.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's.
We've also got Shannon's Home and Contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Hi, my name's Jenna. I'm the team coordinator for Volante Rosso. We're here at Phillip Island where we've got our Radicals and our GT3. They're currently out on track and they're the champions of the weekend. However, we wouldn't be here without our partners Pack Lease, who are the real heroes who help us get here. They help us get to any event that we need to go to, including race weekends, media days and track days. We've been partnered with the team at Pack Lease for the past 3 years and we couldn't think of anyone better who we want to do this with. They get us from A to B and to every racetrack and every event that we need to go to. They're so extremely helpful with everything that we need and we love being partnered with them.
Boosted by Aeroflow Performance. A complete lineup of high-performance turbochargers, external wastegates, manifolds and turbo accessories. Engineered to handle the pressure and deliver serious power. Street car, weekend weapon or full race build. When you're ready for real boost, Aeroflow delivers performance without the premium price tag. Get boosted by Aeroflow. See the full boosted range now at aeroflowperformance.com.
Drag racing, it isn't just a sport, it's our legacy. Performance, it isn't just a word, it's our promise. 3 generations, one unwavering passion. Speedflow, where innovation meets performance. Proudly Australian, unmistakably world class. Speedflow.
Simpson Race Products Australia offers the widest range of safety gear including helmets, Simpson hybrids, boots, driving suits, gloves, harnesses, underwear, accessories and much more. Whether you're on the drag strip, circuit or off-road, Simpson Race Products Australia has all the gear to keep you protected. Built to protect every race, every track, every lap. Simpson Racing Products Australia. For more information or to get some of the best safety equipment in Australia, send an email to sales@simpsonraceproducts.com.au or contact them directly on 0407 108 103 or 02 9545 6662.
Bangshift Automatic Shifters by Aeroflow Performance. A premium range of performance automatic shifters engineered for positive engagement, smooth operation and precise gear selection when it counts. From tough street builds to dedicated race cars, Bangshift delivers clean, confident shifts and total control, pass after pass. When precision matters, make every shift count. Upgrade to Bangshift from Aeroflow Performance. See the full range now at aeroflowperformance.com.
You can spot them from a mile away. The ones who run Mickeys. They don't blend in. They don't back down. They build bigger. They drive harder. They win. Mickey Thompson isn't for everyone. It's for those who refuse to follow and choose to lead. Running Mickeys means something. It means you're part of a movement. Builders, racers, rebels. People who defy limits. Who set trends, not follow them. Who don't ask for permission. You want grip? You want guts? You want glory? Then you want Mickeys. Because if you're not running Mickeys, you're missing out on the most iconic name in tires and wheels. Born from American ingenuity, still American owned. Built for those who blaze their own trail. Mickey Thompson, for the bold, for the winners, for the ones who forge their own legacy.
Hi, I'm Anthony Matuk, and this is MR Engineering.
Designing and building a drag strip is extremely challenging. The lives of people are at stake. There is no room for error. My name is Frank Tarabay. I'm the owner and managing director of Every Trade Group.
Heavy Duty magazine is the proud sponsor of Sydney Dragway Street Bike. Editor Mick Withers is a long-time racer and supporter of this entry-level bracket. Heavy Duty is Australia's #1 Harley-Davidson magazine, with road tests of new Harleys, features on wild customs and tech articles from riders with grease under their fingernails. Heavy Duty is also proud to sponsor modified bike champion Sean Ricketts, upcoming junior drag bike racer Anastasia Lucky, and modified bike racer Peter Bartlett. Grab your copy of Heavy Duty magazine from heavyduty.com.au.
This incredible drive to succeed. I've just got this ambition, I want to get on the podium. I think there's a lot of people that have an older mentality and don't think women belong in motorsport, and that's one thing I'd like to prove a lot of people wrong. It's you in the car and it's your ambition and your drive to win. As soon as that helmet goes on, that's it. I'm Brooke Newson. I'm a sprint car and outlaw car driver.
X-Pro Ignition by Aeroflow Performance. A complete range of high-performance spark plug leads, ignition coils, control boxes, distributors and supporting components. Engineered for stronger spark, sharper throttle response and total ignition control. From street builds to serious race applications, X-Pro delivers the spark your engine demands, with reliability you can trust. Don't leave power on the table. Upgrade to X-Pro Ignition from Aeroflow Performance. See the full range now at aeroflowperformance.com.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
Hi, my name's Jenna. I'm the team coordinator for Volante Rosso. We're here at Phillip Island where we've got our Radicals and our GT3. They're currently out on track and they're the champions of the weekend. However, we wouldn't be here without our partners Packlease, who are the real heroes who help us get here. They help us get to any event that we need to go to, including race weekends, media days and track days. We've been partnered with the team at Packlease for the past 3 years and we couldn't think of anyone better who we want to do this with. They get us from A to B and to every racetrack and every event that we need to go to. They are so extremely helpful with everything that we need and we love being partnered with them.
Boosted by Aeroflow Performance. A complete lineup of high-performance turbochargers, external wastegates, manifolds and turbo accessories. Engineered to handle the pressure and deliver serious power. Streetcar, weekend weapon or full race build. When you're ready for real boost, Aeroflow delivers performance without the premium price tag. Get boosted by Aeroflow. See the full boosted range now at aeroflowperformance.com.
Sounds like supercharged Outlaws to me. Gareth Rogers in the airflow lane has dialed a 6.70 and Tim Gruber in the rocket lane has dialed 7.48. This is round number 3 of Chicago Shootout. For this bracket.
Two lights the difference on the tree, John. The Cortina to leave first.
Gareth doing the chasing. Ooh, 040 light. Gareth, he's got the start line advantage.
The Alta moving around as you'd expect.
And
the Cortina takes the win, John.
Cortina takes the win.
761 with a 2 on a 748. I think I saw there that Rogers clicked it early. 757 there, definitely clicked it about 1,000 feet, I reckon.
Yep.
He did have a quick glance at the concrete wall at that point, I think, and made the right decision. Our other pair of supercharged Outlaws sitting in the fire-up box.
Brittany Olive has dialed 6.10. She's stuck with that dial in all day. And Jamie Robertson has dialed 6.90. Jamie's stuck with that dial in all day too.
Again, 2 lights the difference on the Christmas tree. The Alta to leave first.
Brittany doing the chasing. Oh, 62 light against Brit's 019, and Brittany takes the win.
Nice clean pass for Olive, goes 101 to the 60, an 019 light. And a 617 on a 610 dial in, 203 mile an hour at the finish line. Quite see what happened to Jamie Robinson. I think just shut the car down. Our first pair of the middle eliminator.
What are we up to in middle, Steve? It's
a semi-final, I beg your pardon.
Semi-final?
Yep, that is Dylan Goldfinch in the Falcon utility taking on Brett McNiff in the VG Valiant.
Semi-finals. It's been our biggest bracket today. Middle eliminator with the most cars.
Good category to watch.
Yeah, if you get this far, you've done well. Dylan Goldfinch has dialed 9.97 and Brett McNiff has dialed 9.00.
Just noticed, looking at all of our semi-finalists, technically we've got a different brand in every race.
Yeah, it's awesome,
So
hey?
you've got McNiff in the Valiant, Goldfinch in the utility, we've got the Chevy Corvette in the next pair, and a Holden Commodore.
Commodore, yep. You know what I'm on?
Oh, I'm there with you. Just
Blue Oval bias.
There's someone I would like to see take home a trophy, I think, but I'll just keep that to myself at the minute. Don't want to jinx it.
A46 red. Brett takes the win.
Test the dial in.
Yes.
896
with a 1. All right, next pair in this semi-final is Stephen Ryman in the Stingray and Sammy Joe in the Commodore. Sammy Joe's dialed 9.67 and Stephen has dialed 10.41 for a spot in the final against Brett McNiff. Big purge out of Sammy Joe. .104 light to a 102 light.
Anybody's
only
race.
2 thousandths in it.
Sammy Joe gets there first, John.
Goes under by 6 there.
Yep, handing the win back to the Corvette. So it will be Steve Ryman taking on Brett McNiff.
In the final of Middle Eliminator. It will be coming up shortly. Which brings us into, is this a semi, Steve? Retro Raiders. Oh no, this is a Chicago shootout bracket.
Yes, so this is their
third round.
Third round of Chicago shootout. 082 on the tree for Anderson.
032 light more than matches it.
But I think some issues there for the Falcon in the rocket lane on the leave.
Looks like it has slowed down. Jack too smart to break out. Yeah, ran well off, didn't it? 16.3 on a 15.1. We don't know the points, so we can't tell you who's going to be in the final.
No, I have to wait and see.
Let someone smarter than us figure that out. Maybe Adam. Adam's smarter than us.
We could work it out. We just don't have all of the results in front of us. That's all it takes.
Yeah. Paul Davies on the solo. It's 13.66 on a 13.58. Third round Chicago shootout of vintage gas.
That's correct. We can see Benjamin Love down there and Alan Stevenson in the Tirana. Big burnout for Benjamin Love.
Been doing it all day. He'll be up for a new set of slicks after this meeting. They've tamed their wheel stands down and I reckon that car pretty bad.
I'd hazard a guess what a set of slicks like that's worth. But
yeah, got an expensive.
Yes, as is everything.
Yes.
Right, the smoke lingering on the start line tells me that the air conditions down there are pretty calm.
Yeah, no wind to speak of, is there?
It was a little bit choppy earlier in the day. It looks like Stevenson thrown a red light on the tree.
004 red too. Hate that when it's against a 440 light.
Yeah, Love through the finish
Benjamin
line.
breaks out for good measure.
905 with a 4. Andrew Barbara down there in the FE Holden in the aeroflow lane, taking on Matthew Moore.
Matthew's dial 13.85 and Andrew 12.1.
From Robin Hill out near Bathurst.
I know. I know where Holsworth is, that's where Andrew's from. .348 light for the Bel Air. 210 light for the FE. And the FE takes the win.
Another breakout there, John. I'm
yes.
Wondering whether the air condition has improved.
You would think so.
Well, it might get more oxygen in it, but it also might get a lot more moisture in it too this time of night.
Yes.
How cool is that Willys gasser? I absolutely love it.
Definitely stands out with the new paint job, that's for sure.
Yep. I I reckon if I didn't have the angler,
you'd have a Willys next.
A Willys coupe would be on the agenda. Always liked the shape of the Willys coupe.
Yes.
All right, Damien Kemp in the airflow lane, dialed in with a 1090.
Big long wait with a 750 in the next lane. 278 light for Steve Carroll. 302 light, close for Damien Kemp. Let's move around a fair bit, I think. Kemp has aborted. Ah!
Oh,
and
no.
Steve Carroll breaks out by a bunch.
He did. That's half a second under.
Yeah, that is a big breakout. Hands the win back to Damien Kemp.
Yeah, but up on the replay, you can see the wheelies wandering around. Just spun the wheel a little bit on the hit, and it didn't settle down from there on. And at half track, he said, "You know what? I'm
better than to bin it."
As luck would have it, competitor breaking out. The next pair, we have Harvey Caddy down there in the Aeroflow lane in the Falcon. Dialed in with a 12.50. Taking on Kevin Lumbry.
116 light. Gives Kevin a pretty big start line advantage compared to Harvey's 547 light. And Kevin takes the win.
Next up, Dale Ruffley in the XP Falcon Sedan. Dialed in with a 1260.
He calls his car Sweet Temptation. Against Casey Johnson in the X-rated Falcon. Big start line advantage for Casey Johnson. 400s. See if he can convert it to a win. Bumps the brakes. Well done. That's 37 on a 35.
Big strong burnout from John Kerr down there in the Aeroflow lane.
Looks like John's got the gift solo. .229 light for John Kerr.
Runs on through for a 10.99 with an 8 at 122 miles an hour. Now moving into the hot rod category. All Wild from Appen in the 32 Ford Roadster. Taking on Noah Fewings. 020 light for Noah in the Rocket Lane.
And a 155 light for Paul Wild. And Noah takes the win. And the Willies is back.
I could see you driving that, you know.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
Get along okay with the LS in it.
It runs 13, so it's not slow.
All right, Ben Cooley in the 34 Tudor, dialed in with a 12.55. Oh, he has a little
019 light for Troy Fewings.
He's got a little bit of work to do here, John.
Anyone would be proud of that.
Phillies will take the win points here. 13.375 on a 13.30.
Nice.
And 104. Rulings ran pretty close to the dial-in as well. Next up, Scott Davis. In the Ford Vicky, dialed in with a 14.0, taking on Stephen Dawson in the pickup. Davis with a better reaction time. Around 2/10 up his sleeve. I don't think Dawson's going to catch him from there, John. He's coming pretty quick though, but
stays on the right side.
Didn't get
well
there.
done.
14.11 with the 2 at 90 miles an hour.
And Charlie Boscovich in the hamster. Oh, 75 light for young Charlie. Charlie goes through for a 14.95 on a 14.9. Be pretty happy with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, no. Is there a difference between a hamster and a guinea pig?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think it's just a different terminology between two different countries
Okay.
myself, but I'm not an expert in the
I wonder
field.
why they didn't call them guinea pigs instead of hamsters.
Again, not a question that I can answer.
I'm just musing. It's been a long day.
This is
Been a
true.
long day.
This is true. Well, I have a feeling that the term throws back to the first rails that were built in drag racing back in the 30s, where they stripped everything out of the car to make it lighter.
Yep. And I think the hamster terminology is HMBA, which is Hokey Ass Message Board, which was one of the Facebook pages. I think that's where it originated from. Current day hamsters. Red light for Mark Akers. Ends the win to Ross van der Hoek. Okay, so we're in the semi-finals of Top Gas. Craig Warren in the left lane has dialed 10.60 and Richard Matosevic has dialed 10.60 as well. Heads up race.
Winner of this takes on Justin Roylance, from what I can see below.
Into the final, the winner. 051 light for Richard, 177 light for Craig. Brake lights for Richard, yep. Both. Nicely driven.
10.61 with a 2 on a 10.60 for Matosevic to take the win in the utility.
And Craig goes under.
Not by a lot, but he did go under.
Richard into the final. It's going to be against Justin Roylance. Justin in his first meeting back for a couple of minutes. He's going to get a trophy no matter what. A win or a runner-up. Justin dialed at 10.63, good chance to test that dial in. .415 light. But Justin runs through for 10.66 on a 10.63.
Excuse me. That should be a pretty good final, John. They're going to be
yeah, 2 tough races, 2 utes, a Ford ute, a Holden ute.
Very close in.
Going to be cool.
I got there. Very close in ET as well, both running 10.60s.
Yep. Been a long day, mate.
We're nearly there. All up to finals.
Nearly there. Yep, finals coming up. Okay. On the starting line, or the dummy grid I should say, we've got our top Eliminator finalists. Craig CJ Davies in the front engine dragster in the aeroflow lane, and Kelsey Lay in the rocket lane. Kelsey's dialed 8.20 and Craig 8.29. This will be a cracker final. Got the fire up signal, let's race. Craig from Brayton in New South Wales and Kelsey from Fraser in the ACT. Both races have had plenty of success over the years in modified. Oh, 81 light for Craig, 066 for Kelsey. And Craig takes the win.
200ths of a second, the margin at the finish line. 8:31 with a 2 on an 8:29 to take the win.
Congrats to both teams for making the final. Next we have our middle eliminator finalists.
Raced between Stephen Reinman
and Brett McNiff.
Reinman dialed in with a 10:41, McNiff with a 9:90. So the Big Valiant has a little bit of chasing to do here.
They're changing the number on the board. Yes. 9-0 is a little bit more like it.
Yep.
Good pickup from the crew or the driver. Always check your dial in before you commit to a race.
All right, so the Corvette will be gone by 1.4 seconds.
Ooh, 61 light and 002 red. Brett.
Went after it.
Stephen Ryman takes the win.
Goes the thou under the diamond too. Wow. Steve Ryman.
Congrats to Steve Ryman on the win.
Done.
Yeah, 1 thou under, but didn't matter with the 2 red. Okay, we're into our street final. Joe Mayday has dialed a 13.10, Joe in the Rocket Lane, and Christian Grimer has dialed 14.38 in the Airflow Lane. Joe's having a day out. He's been O's all day now. I've just jinxed him and he won't be.
Yeah, you know how that works.
I just give him the commentator's curse. Sorry, Joe. Hopefully he's not listening.
No,
072, he didn't listen to me.
It was selective.
Yep, 219 light for Christian. And Joe Mayday takes the win. Congrats, Joe.
Gets there by a 1/10 of a second, a 13.19 on a 13.10 dial-in.
He's been on the ball all day, young Joe. Good job.
Christian Grimer not too far away from the dial-in either.
These guys have been racing each other all day and now they're in the final against each other.
They have pretty much. Jack Matosevic in the Aeroflow lane, dialed in with an 11.29, taking on Paul Davies in the Rocket, dialed in with a 13.62.
Jack with a start line advantage, 058 to a 138. Jack takes the win.
900's the margin, John.
Yes.
11.35 with a 7 on an 11.29.
Jack gets the XD bragging rights.
Yes.
Over Bradbury.
That he does.
So our next final is the hot rod final. Charlie Bosco in the final against Troy Fewings. Charlie from Bargo and Troy from St George's Basin. Troy has dialed 13.3 and Charlie 14.9. So Troy will be doing chasing that Willy Wagon. LS Power aboard the Willis and Flathead in the Hamster. Ooh, 082 light.
To an 087, we got
wow, this is close.
Start line.
5,000 difference in the start line.
Here comes the Willies at the top end of the racetrack. Will the Hamster hang on for the win? Breathing a little bit heavy at the top end, but it takes
Yes, a Bosco win. Congrats, Charlie.
Goes a 1488 with a 7 on a 1490 to take the win.
And the worst breakout was Troy with a 1318 on a 1330. So double breakout contest. Geez, these Boscos have taken all our trophies.
Good race though, guys. Congratulations. See our Top Gas finalists.
Not many finals left, I don't think,
in
Steve.
the staging lanes. No, I've got Top Gas, Classic Bike, Vintage Gas, and the Retro Raiders, I believe.
No, Retro Raiders just run the 2XDs.
Oh, they did too. Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. I had my pen over the two people that I'd written. Sorry. So only 3 runs remaining from what I can tell. See Tim Gruber in the staging lanes, ready to rumble for Supercharged Outlaws.
Wonder who'll be in the final with Tim. All right, this is the Vintage Gas final coming up. Which will be Damien Kemp in the Willis has dialed 10.90 and Casey Johnson in the Falcon has dialed 12.30. We've still got the Ute finals to go too, Steve. Justin against Jack.
Yes. All right, who will it be? Damien Kemp in the Aeroflow lane, dialed in with a 1090. Casey Johnson, 1230 to dial in for the Falcon. The Willies in the Aeroflow lane to do a fair bit of chasing here.
Oh, triple A light from Casey Johnson. And an 026 is not shabby at all from Damien Kemp.
Kemp said, you know what, I'm not giving you that easy. I'm going to make a race of it.
Oh.
And Casey Johnson takes the win. 12:41 with an 8 on a 12:30 dial in. A 000 light.
If you're going to pull out a 000, the final is the time to do it. Congrats to Casey Johnson on that fine win.
12:41 with an 8 on a 12:30 for the Falcon to take the win.
Kemp ran a second off.
Again, I think the car did look like it was wandering around a little bit there. So,
excuse me, it wasn't a second. It's 11:09 to a 10:90. 200s off. We're whittling them down, Steve.
One run at a time, John.
Yes.
All right, our Ute battle, the next one to head to the starting line. And we have Richard Matosevic in the yellow utility right of screen, taking on Justin Rolance, left of screen.
Only 500s different in a dial in.
There's absolutely nothing in it here. 4/10 per light on the tree.
Yellow Ford versus a white Holden. For all the marbles. Final of Top Gas. .040 light for Justin, 056 light for Richard.
Here we go. Who's it going to be? A Ford or a Holden? Side by side at the finish line.
And Justin takes the win. How good's that?
Yeah, Richard got there first, John, but under the dial in.
Yep. 58 with a 4 on a 60. Congrats to the Royal Lands team. Nice win. Good stuff, guys.
All right, it looks like our supercharged Outlaws will be the next one through. We've got Tim Gruber in the Sporty Cordy.
Versus Brittany Olive in the rear engine dragster. They turned that car, or turned these cars around pretty fast.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They would have been having a crack in the pits.
Yeah, both have been around these cars for a minute, so I'm sure they know their way around it.
Yep.
Need to, yeah, they know all have a specific task that they do between rounds.
Yep. You got to cool clutches and all that stuff.
Mm. So this is the last run of the night.
The final race at Day of the Drags for 2026.
Yes, the 20th anniversary of the event here at Sydney Dragway. And of course, if you would like to join us next week for Aeroflow Race for Real on Wednesday night from 6 p.m. We're holding the end of month meet, Sydney's biggest midweek car night here at Sydney Dragway, featuring the Asphalt Society Car Club.
What's that, Steve? I haven't been to one.
What's what?
The Asphalt Syndicate.
That's a car club, and they're bringing their members' cars, and they'll have
Oh,
a
okay,
display
yep.
down in the pits.
Yep.
And there'll be some live music down there and much more.
Nice.
Plus all of the on-track drag racing that'll
yep.
happen. And then, of course, next Friday night, we'll have our next chapter of the bike nights here at Sydney Dragway. Brought to us by Sydney Random Riders Heavy Duty Magazine and Size Harley Davidson. Again, that event kicks off at 6 p.m.
Yep.
And will conclude around 10. The last couple of the bike nights have either sold out or been very close to. So if you have a motorcycle and you're thinking, you know what, I want to see what it runs, bring it on out, have a crack at the quarter mile, race at your own pace, and have some fun.
Yes.
Because we all know that most motorcycles will quite easily go over the speed limit on a on a suburban road. All right, 6:10 the dial in for the dragster in the aeroflow lane. I was not surprised at that selection. The car's been running right on that all day long.
Been a bracket car for sure.
7:53 the dial in for Gruber. In the Cortina, here we go. All right, heavy versus small block Ford. Gruber into pre-stage, Olive now into pre-stage. Both into full, here we go.
118 light for Tim, 078 light for Britt.
Wow, that car is rapid in the mid-track.
And Britt Ron
wow.
rounds him up, goes 611 on a 610. Outstanding.
And an 078 light. How's that for supercharged outlaw racing there? The margin a little bit over 2/10 across the finish line, but Brittany Olive completes the racing with a 610.
Congrats to the Olive crew. Good stuff, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in the cafeteria for the trophy presentation in around about 15 minutes' time. If you can, please, all of our winners and runners-up for a trophy presentation at the cafeteria. On behalf of Sydney Dragway, track management and staff, I want to thank all of our racers that came to Sydney Dragway to make Day of the Drags 2026 what it's been. Thank you to all of our spectators that came out and participated in the day. Either
that was a big day on the hill, wasn't it?
It was, just watching, or they've come out with their car and put it on display up on the Eastern Mound. Thank you to John and Adam for your assistance up here in the commentary box. As we've said throughout the day, check out the live streams on Wednesday and Friday night of next week.
Yep.
And until then, be safe on the roads. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks, Steve. It's been a pleasure.
No worries, John. Thank you very much.